Hi everyone, I am Tanvi Gupta. I am undergrad student 2028 at Masters Union, and today we are going to dive deep into sales. So, sales is one of the most underrated, exciting, and real life superhero careers. And before you think this is about boring cold calling and annoying ads, this is about you and your ability to convince, connect, and create value. This is what sales is all about. So, and I'm sure like by the end of this session, you'll be spotting sales skills in Avenger movies, DMs, and even your school canteens. How they are pitching and why are you eating it? So, okay, so also yes, building customer relationships and providing solutions through products or services. So, what's the last thing you convince someone to do or buy? Think about it, anything, and you can just unmute and speak or raise your hand. Anything works for me. Anything that you convince somebody. Like yesterday, I convinced my mom to buy me a MacBook. She's like, no, but I tried. So anything that you did, convinced your parents to get into Masters Union.
Yeah, actually, first of all, my father was not agreeing that why you have to go to Master Union and all.
Yeah.
So I did not. I tried convincing him, but he
Hmm.
was not convinced. At our school, there was this university carnival something.
Yeah.
So there was Nehdeep from the outreach in from Master Union, and
Okay.
he literally convinced my father. After that,
So,
I applied and I am here.
so he has better communication and convincing skills than you have.
Of course, right? He's in outreach.
That's okay. You can get there too. It's okay. I think that's what
Let's
we're
try.
gonna learn today in the session, like how to convince people, how to have that psychology mindset. Anything, Kushan? Do you want to add something to it?
You know.
No. Okay. Cool. So, okay, this is the seventh test drive session. Which out of the first six sessions did you enjoy the most and why? Come on, guys, speak.
As I said, I haven't attended all the sessions, so probably let's see which one is.
So
I
you
will one
attended
of.
two,
I will
right?
tell you afterwards.
Okay, sure. Anything else? Who attended all the seven sessions here?
I think Monish is saying investment banking, the chat box.
Okay, that's nice. That's an interesting thing. Didn't you guys like marketing or law or something like that? Any session? We see. Okay. Um, I think we all have different interests. Okay, cool. So moving forward, there are certain rules for this session again. Keep your videos on. I understand it's a Saturday and it's not COVID era right now, but it's okay. I'm also here. So that, and it's better if you keep your camera on because I can see you guys here and it's not like I'm talking to my laptop. I'm talking to you all. So it's better if you keep your cameras on. Second, raise your hands if you wish to speak. I will unmute you and then we can talk. Third, chat box is always open for you all. You can just engage in the chat box, write your doubts. If I'm not able to address it, we have team who can address it as well. So be as engaging as you are. It's a session planned for you, so use it wisely. Okay, so let's, who all have watched Friends here? Is anybody a Friends freak fan like me? Anyone? No. Okay, that's okay. So this is a video from Friends.
Good afternoon. Are you the decision maker of the house? Do you currently own a set of encyclopedias?
No, no, but try the classifieds. People sell everything in there.
Actually, I'm not buying, I'm selling. Let me ask you one question. Do your friends ever have a conversation and you just nod along even though you're not really sure what they're talking about?
I'm telling you, it's totally unconstitutional.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a Nobel Prize.
I agree with you.
No.
I mean, it was like the Algonquin kids' table.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. You haven't said anything for about 2.5 minutes. Are you at all interested?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. Come on in.
So this was the video from Friends. You haven't watched it, so I think you weren't able to relate it. But so I'll have two segments to it. First, let's talk about if you were the salesperson here in the video. Is there something that you would have done differently? You saw the entire video, right? So anything that you felt like was off that you could have done differently if you were in the salesperson position? Nothing. It's okay, guys. Interact. I'm here to talk. You could be wrong. That's okay. You're okay. Ridhima wants to speak.
Honestly, I feel like the technique he used, it worked very well with Joey, but like it may not work with everyone. It's something which is like conditional. It doesn't work in every scenario. He just got lucky in this case.
Exactly. So it's about psychology. So you have when you are there as a salesperson, you need to understand the person you're selling, and that's how you use the psychology of sales. He knew what type of a person Joey is. That's why he got into his head. And if let's say it was Monica, she's one of the characters in Friends, and she's very strong psychologically. So the salesperson would have a different approach. So that's called psychology of sales. So eventually, when if you let's say get into this field, you will dive deep into the psychology of sales as well. Okay. So we have a short acronym sales quiz planned for you. These are just definitions to get a head start for the event. So can you just share the screen? Okay, so this is the link. Just go on joinmyquiz.com and put the code. Okay, we have 9 participants. $11. We have 21 in the room. I'm expecting at least 19 to join. Okay, 16, 17, not bad. And you know, these the acronyms that you'll see, they're also present in our Masters Union classroom. I'll tell you more about it once the quiz ends. Okay, let's start now, I think. Perfect. So the acronym CAC stands for Criteria Around Consumers, Client Average Cost, Cost Against Content, Customer Acquisition Cost. Time sticking. Oh, wow. Okay. Darsh, Pranav, and Kushant. Yes, the correct. Okay. Yes, CAC stands for Customer Acquisition Cost, representing the total cost of a business incurs to acquire a new customer, encompassing marketing, sales, and operational expenses. It's when what cost is, invested to get a new customer on board. Okay. What does USP stand for? Use smart prospecting, understand sales performance, uses situation problem, unique selling proposition. Okay. So we have Darsh again. Okay. Unique selling proposition. So USP stands for unique selling proposition, which is distinctive feature or benefit that sets a product or service apart from its competitors in the market. For example, Apple has its unique USP that sets it apart from the Android phones present in the market. Okay. So CLV stands for client left on vacation, customer less valuable, close lost verdict, customer lifetime value. Darsh, Kushant, and Yutvika. Amazing. Customer lifetime value. So CLV stands for customer lifetime value, that represents the total revenue of a business, total revenue a business expects to earn from a customer over their entire relationship with the company. FAB stands for feature, advantages, benefits, future active buyer, fanatical about branding, forecast actual business. Wow, we have Yusika. Yes, it's feature, advantages, benefits. Used in sales to effectively communicate how a product or service meets customer needs by highlighting its specific attributes, advantages over customer, and resulting benefits to a customer. Last question. ARR is used when describing administrative report request, annual recurring revenue, advanced revenue report, average refund report. Wow, we have Monish, Yutika. Okay, annual recurring revenue. So ARR stands for annual recurring revenue, indicating the predictable and recurring revenue generated from subscriptions or contract over a year. Let's say we all have Netflix, OTT. So that's their ARR, the annual revenue that they earn. Okay, so it's okay if you guys got it right, wrong or right. That's okay. We're here to learn. And the second thing, in our college, we have classes named after these terms. We have CAC, we have ARR, certain rooms. So we are just thorough with the definitions and all. Okay, so what is sales? So sales entails selling products or services to customers by understanding their needs and persuading them to make purchases. The skill to sell is crucial in various industries like retail, technology, healthcare, etc. for driving revenue, CRM, market insights, innovation, and growth. So sales is the oxygen of every business. So no matter how genius your product is, without someone to pitch it, persuade it, and sell it, it's just another dusty idea. See, sales is where trust meets transaction. You're solving a problem, you're creating a moment, and if done right, you're changing lives. So sales actually has a lot of value. So when we have new iPhones launched in September, people stand in line for us to buy the iPhone on day one. That wasn't Apple being pushy, that was emotional sales at work. So, see, do you need a degree to be good at sales? Not always, but formal education helps. So, in bachelor degree, we have business administration, marketing, economics, or communication. Then we have MBA with the specialization in sales or marketing. Can enhance career prospects, especially for senior level roles or positions in strategic sales management. And obviously, there are certain courses, also certified courses that you can take in order to just enhance your skill. But more importantly, your storytelling, your people reading radar, and your ability to listen, not just talk. That also matters a lot when it's about pitching. So, today even YouTubers are in sales. They're selling their brand, they're selling their name every time they post. Okay, so what are the skills that are required for being a salesperson? So yes, there are hard skills, product knowledge. So suppose I made a product and I'm selling it to you. I should be 101% thorough with the product. If you ask me a question and I'm blank, do you really think you'll buy it? If I tell you, oh, this is the product, okay, and these are all its benefits, cost, and all, and you ask me a question that I'm not sure of, would you really buy it? Would you trust me? No, right? So you should be 101, exactly. So you should be 101% thorough with it. Then sales technique. What's your sales technique? What is the, are you actually understanding the customer psychology towards it? Let's say, even if I am selling a phone worth of 80,000 to people, I have to understand the psychology of it. What people, so people buy it for because to look cool or to have a good camera. So that's understanding the psychology of the customers. Then we have data analysis. Other than that, the soft skills, me coming here and telling you about sales is also me communicating to you in a certain way. So communication in every aspect, it's important. It's not about the language, it's about how well you are connecting with your customers. Then you have those interpersonal skills that's obviously required: your hand gestures, your voice modulation, your understanding, your listening skills. Everything is required when it comes to selling. Then negotiation, the most important thing. Let's say I have a product for 100 rupees and you are saying, no, I'll pay 50 bucks for it. So how do I get you to that 100 back again? Because if I reduce my price, my product value would go low. So how do I negotiate with you in order to bring you back to 100? That's the negotiation value, and these are the soft skills. Then adaptability, the most important aspect. There was a time when landlines were being used to call your parents, your grandparents. They were using landlines, right? And somebody invented iPhone. So how did you make those people adapt to smartphones now? And let's say one day you'll have 3D phones. So how will the salespeople make you adapt to those 3D phones and make you leave the current innovation that's iPhone? So these are all the adaptability factors. So all of these skills are required when it comes to selling. And these are just 4 or 5 of them. They're a lot. Okay, the career trajectory. So I'll give you a bit insight as to what it is. So once you start your career, first is going to be the entry level sales representative. That is your 0 to 2 years of experience, and your average salary might be between 12 to 15 lakhs per annum. But what will you be doing here is you begin your journey by learning the product, understanding customer needs, and developing basic communication and persuasion skills. It's your foundation. Then we have account executive. That is 2 to 5 years of experience. So your salary might be between 15 to 20 lakhs per annum. So here, once you're more confident, you start handling actual client accounts, maintaining relationships, pitching solutions, and closing deals. So now you're directly driving revenue in the company, or if you're working as a freelancer, then that. Then you have a sales manager. So this is like 5 to 10 years of experience, and your average salary might be between 20 to 30 lakhs per annum. And now you step into the leadership. So you guide a team of representatives, build monthly plans, track targets, and help your team hit goals. Every company has a certain goal that needs to be achieved, right? So you have these certain goals that need to be planned. And think of yourself as the cricket team captain, right? You may not, you may not bat every ball, but you're making sure the whole team wins. Virat might not be the one who's highly involved in fielding, but he's guiding everything. He's guiding everybody to come forward, come back. That's you guiding everyone. Then the director of sales. So here it's 10 plus years of experience, between 30 to 55 lakhs per annum. And now you're operating at a strategic level. So you're setting goals for an entire division, optimizing performances and aligning with the marketing and presenting to leadership. And then we have vice president of sales. That's 15 plus years of experience, and your salary is between 55 lakhs per annum to 1 crore. And at the top, you're driving the company, wide sales strategies, collaborating with C-level executives, leading massive teams, and setting long-term vision for growth. So everybody understood what I was trying to say? Okay. So let's share loud. Think of a time, online or offline, when you ended up buying something that you didn't really need. Anything that you bought impulsively, that after it coming at your place, you were like, I didn't need it that much, but you bought it still. Anything. I'm very curious. I wanna know. Because I am an impulsive buyer. Anything that you bought. Like recently I bought a skipping rope, thinking that, oh, I'll, skip every single day. I'm in my bed all day. Okay, we have hands raised. Yes. Yes, Ridhima.
Basically, recently we were at some store and we saw the Fenty Prime, which, in case you don't know, it's a very famous drink because a YouTuber actually created it.
Mm.
And we ended up buying like 3 bottles. And when we came home, we realized that no one in our house actually drinks energy drinks. But we just bought it because it's famous and it's trendy and
Yeah.
it's like
That always happens. Trend always makes your one pocket empty. Okay, Kushant.
Yeah, actually, I recently bought that
headphones that actually I don't really need, and specifically from a specific shop. Like I visit many of shops to buy a particular good, but only
Mhm.
specific shop trigger me and let to buy that one product.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Okay, tracksuit. I mean, yeah. Gym freaks, Baha Club, we'll go Sunday Baha Club and then we buy those tracksuits and nobody's wearing them now. But it's okay. Okay, anybody else wants to share your experience? Anshika, what about you? You are a girl just like me. Anything that you bought recently that you feel like, oh, it's not required?
I said in chat. I mean, I typed there.
Okay, in the chat. Okay, yes, tracksuit. Anybody else?
I think I'd also like to share. It happens on a daily basis with me. Whenever I'm ordering groceries online, whether it's Blinkit or Swiggy, just to meet the minimum cart value, I end up adding so many items that I don't really need.
Yeah, and you know that's a marketing strategy.
Yeah.
They make you buy more.
Yeah.
Okay, Abhiraj.
Abhiraj, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Abhiraj, sorry to interrupt you, but we can't. I think we can't hear him.
Yeah, it's too low, Abhiraj. Your voice is not very audible.
That's okay. Take your time. Okay, till then we're taking Shania and then Abhiraj, I'll come back to you. Just fix your
Oh,
mic.
quite recently, I bought a set of a hamper of full of journals for 2025 by getting in ties, but I didn't end up using them at all. So
I understand. There was this 5 minute journal on trend, and I searched for it. And I think I bought it 2 years ago, and it's still there, still under
same with
the
me.
flag. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, Abhiraj, I think now you can speak.
Uh, yes, actually, when I bought my laptop, so there was this guy over there who was, making my bill and all. He said, if you give 100 rupees more, I can give you a mouse, a good 700 rupees mouse. And I
Yeah,
was like, great, it's a good deal. Like in 100, I get a 700 rupees mouse.
yeah.
So I did buy it impulsively. So that's what.
And you did not use it? Are you using it now?
No, it's right over here in my bag, and I'm not still using it.
That's exactly what they do. You know, the same Blinkit, they give you free delivery of 40 rupees, but you don't realize that you've added 200 rupees item in your cart already. So that's it. Anybody else who wishes to speak? Kushant, your hand is on. Your hand is raised. Do you want to speak? Should I unmute you? Okay.
Yeah, actually, uh, specifically, I sell more things to customers that they doesn't really need. Actually, there is a one day market happens in our school that recently, and I sold so materials to the customers that they actually doesn't need, that doesn't create much value in their life. And there is also moreover there is also quite more premium than the normal one.
Mhm.
Like the same product isn't easily find in the market or even online, and
Mm.
it's worth with like 120, 130 rupees, and I am selling it at 200 rupees, and much of them are buying it
Impulsive.
insanely. Yeah,
You
insanely.
have great.
I have sold a lot of stuff. Yeah,
You have
and
great
I've
selling.
made some deals with that. I made some more deals, selling some more cheap and good products to them that actually boost my sales.
That's amazing. We also had a drop shipping mailer, and we sold to all these customers. That's amazing. So I think you all can mute yourself. Let's move forward. Okay. So again, these all examples, amazing contribution, really liked it. Keep the energy, same energy high. So these are again these strategies that are being used. So first, okay, how many of you have been to, let's say, Sephora or Any cosmetic store or any store where you are given samples? You can just raise your hands. Shania, yes. Anybody else? Okay, yes, exactly. So why do you think samples are being given to you? If you want to answer, you can raise your hand. Why are these samples given to you?
It's just a marketing strategy
Hmm.
that indulges people in free samples, and it gives consumer utility, and
Yeah,
since they get utility, they buy the product.
exactly. So free sampling is equal to trust building. You're just giving you samples and they're like, hey, try before you buy it. And you'll try it. And if you liked it, you'll come and you'll bring 50 more people with you. This was really nice, you should buy it. So cosmetic companies like Sephora, MAC often provide free samples of their products, such as skincare items and even small bottles of perfumes. So, any example that you want to give? Any free sample that you got and you then reused it? I remember when I was a kid and paperboard was just launched, like it was just started, and we had these 5 6 free samples, and I'm still using those paper. I'm still going and buying paperboard now. I think it's been 10 years of my life and still I'm just drinking paperboard. Any example that you wish to share? Any sample that you got? That's okay. Okay, let's move forward then. Okay, Anshika. uh, yes. I can't hear you.
Anshika, you're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's AF like Sephora. It's called SaveIN, and they also give free uh, samples like Sephora. They give points and actually just they give free points and take shipping charges.
Okay.
And those shipping charges are like 200 and 300.
So they're
They are
earning.
just including all the productive prices in those shipping charges,
Yeah.
and they uh, show like they are giving in free in points, like they also give in free.
Exactly. Once you dive deep into the psychology of it, everywhere you look around, you'll just find reasons, you'll just find examples. So I think that's going to be a head boost for you all. Okay. Now, strategy two is contest based selling. So, just a second, yes. So, running contests that engage customers by offering prizes in exchange for participation, often increasing brand visibility and engagement. So, social media platforms such as Instagram or Facebook are frequently used by brands like Nike and Adidas. So, have you seen those? I think you all use Instagram, so it's not a question now. So, have you seen those videos where like tag 3 friends and then you'll get a free ticket to the concert? And then you tag those 3 friends and then you put your story, you follow them, and if let's say 1,000 people view your story, then those 1,000 people will also participate by adding 3 more of their friends and the chain continues. So that's contest based selling. So a contest actually fuel dopamine plus engagement. So suddenly you're not just a customer to them, but you are a participant. And once you're a participant, you are emotionally connected to that brand, and that brand is now all over your story, and they are also getting free advertisement from you. So anything that you have done just like this, posted stories, added 3 friends? I think you've all received those Amazon messages, send it to 20 people and then there's a spinning wheel, and then you'll get a free iPhone, right? So that is also contest based selling. I don't think any of us has received an iPhone till yet from Amazon free iPhones, but again, marketing happens. Okay. Money back guarantee based sales. So offering a full refund if the customer is not satisfied with the product, reducing perceived risk and encouraging purchases. It's not risk, it's perceived risk. They feed it into your mind that, oh, the risk is very low if they'll give my money back. So, mango vendor, you go to a mango vendor, and yesterday I bought mangoes, and the vendor was like, if one mango is bad, you can come, you can refund, I'll give you the money, and you can also take the mangoes. So that's when I bought it, and I've not used them yet. I'm hoping they're fine. But that's a strategy called money. That's a strategy called money back guarantee based sales. So any example that you want to share that, like, when you get iPhone tempers and all on your phone, and they're like, Bhaiya, if this breaks, I'll come and you have to give my money back. And they're like, no, 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 it will work for 2-3 months, and then it breaks, and then you're like, but we don't ever go back to them and ask them for money. Have we done that ever? Exactly, that's a perceived risk. We just think that is a safer option for us, but in real life, it's not. Any example you like to share? If I have so many examples, I'm sure that you have so many examples. You can just talk about it. Anybody who wishes to speak, raise your hand. I'll unmute. Okay, that's fine. I'll move forward. Limited period offer sales. So this is like creating urgency by offering products or discounts for a short period to promote immediate purchases. So we as humans hate missing out, right? If my friend is going to party, I want to party too. If my friend is buying something from Amazon in Big Billion Days, I will buy it. I'll also buy a MacBook. So a ticking timer, like only 3 items left. You're like, okay, let me just purchase it now, or else they'll go away. So you are in. The FOMO is one of the sales most powerful tools. Even Spotify uses this. Offer ends in 2 days. Have you fallen for it? Because I now have Spotify Premium. So I've fallen for it. So any example, anything that you bought during Big Billion Days or Great Indian Festival? If you go to your Indian parents, you're like, Papa, can I please buy a laptop right now? And they're like, no, we'll buy it in October when Big Billion Days will come. Any example? Okay.
I think one example that's coming to my mind is again, this is not sales, but that limited period thing, right? I think
Yeah.
in between Zomato started doing it. For example, you add something to the cart and
Mhm.
you're about to place an order, but you're still thinking, do I really want to order this? And then Zomato just pops up and says that, extra 50 rupees discount or 100 rupees discount, but only applicable for the next 10 minutes. So it
Yeah.
just creates that urgency and then you end up ordering. But yeah, I think that also sort of falls under the same category.
Exactly. Yes. You have these notifications also popping up. Only 5 minutes left. Put it in your cart, or 50% off for 5 minutes on KFC, and then you're like, okay.
Mhm.
You change. Even if you have chicken made in your home, you'll be like, no, let me just order KFC. It's
Yeah. Yeah, I think Amazon also does that in its regular orders. When you search for
yes.
something, you'll find some products that say that, at this discounted price, but only for the next, 4 hours or something. So that
Mhm.
also again builds that same urgency.
Yes. Okay, Ridhima. I think you're on. Yes.
I just wanted to add to this that I also feel like whenever there's a sale of something going on, I end up buying things which I don't fully need because I just think it's सस्ता फिर से कब मिलेगा, and then you
Exactly.
end up purchasing things which you actually.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was just once going to like a Sephora store, and they were telling me, "Ma'am, is pay off hai, is pay off hai, is pay off hai." Even if I had no money in a bank account, I went through all of it. At least checked them out, satisfied myself. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it later on. But that happens. Okay, Abhiraj is also yes. You're on mute. Abhiraj, you're on.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was surfing through these sites like Noise, Boat, and all.
Mm-hmm.
So they always have this limited time offer. And like it says it will be over in 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, I saw the website again, and it was like still there. And it was like 10 minutes now.
Mm,
And after 10 minutes, it was again 2 minutes, something like that. And also, like Swiggy also does the same thing.
yeah.
It introduced this Swiggy sixes thing in the IPL season.
Yes.
So whenever there's a six in the IPL, so there is a discount over there. But since the sixes are like common sometimes, so like there's 5 minutes timer, and
Mm,
as soon as it I don't know, as soon as it is going to finish, there's another six, and the time increases once again. So it's like same on all the websites, and just a marketing strategy to gain the retain the customer.
yes, that's a technique. So they know their customers right now are people who are watching cricket on their sofa who won't stand up and go into the kitchen and make something on their own. So they target all.
Yes.
I think 180 once. I don't know how many people watch. I think 7, 8, 9 crores a single day are watching IPL. So They will go crazy. Exactly. Okay, Kushant. Yes, you can speak.
Actually, it most happens in me when I am buying courses. Like there's a I have a courses to learn, and there's a lot of times there's a limited time offer I buy, and if I check after some days, the price is actually more less than that I bought on a sale. There's a lot of time happens.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
very, I know it happens. That has happened
Yeah.
with me as well. You're just full of regret. That's okay. Anybody else? Or should we move forward? Anshika. Oh, Anshika has written something in the chat box. Just recently happened to my brother for phone. Recently happened with me for my laptop. That's okay. Okay. I love these discussions that we're happening. Okay. So bundle based selling. So selling multiple products together at discounted price to encourage customers to buy more items at once. So who all are MACD lovers here? I think we all love MACD. You can raise your hands. That's okay. Exactly. I though in a week, I think 2 3 times I'll go and eat MACD. So you go there and then you're selecting the cart, and then maybe I just want to have a burger, but then I'll see a combo that is just 100 rupees extra, but I'm getting Pepsi, I'm getting fries, or I might be getting something else, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just half the time I don't even eat it full. It's just there on the table. I don't even eat it, but because they put it in my mind that, oh, it's much cheaper, it has more value, then I go and buy it. So, and I'm literally left with regret, but that's okay. Any example that you want to share? Anytime you bought something and you were like, oh, those items where like buy two get three free. So you put two items in the cart, and then those free items are just worth 100 rupees, but you're like, oh, I'm getting 5 items. Any example? Okay. uh, I think,
I think Monish had raised his hand.
yeah, but he
Monish, would you like to speak?
Yeah, sure. So I wasn't about to say about my personal experience, but I think this entire buffet thing that's going on, the buffet thing, like for 7.99 you can eat unlimited. That thing's like this part of the strategy they use. So that's what I wanted to share.
Yes, in Barbecue Nation also you go and you like eat unlimited food for 1,000 rupees. So you pay 1,000 rupees even if you
Yeah,
have.
and then you can't eat everything over there, but you can eat most of it. But I
Yes,
think it's still the strategy they use.
exactly. Anybody else? Abhiraj, you also raised your hand. Do you want to speak now?
No, I actually raised my hand for, when you asked if you like MACD. So,
Okay, all right. Okay. So, okay, these are the top performance from Wednesday simulation. Darshpist, Arush, and Anejay. Congratulations, guys. So before we start something very exciting planned for you, any doubt that you have, any questions, anything you want to add on to the slide, anything, any insight that you took, anything exciting? You can type it as well. Okay. Difference between sales and marketing. So if I just have to tell you in lame terms, marketing is something when you are telling people about the product, you are giving information to them. And even if, let's say, I want to, okay, I'll just give you an example. Let's say I want to buy, I'm hungry and I want to eat a biscuit. What's the first option that will get into my mind? Oreo. But for you, that might be dark fantasy, right? Or for somebody else, that might be Parle-G. So why do we all have different options in our mind? Because of their marketing strategies, because of how they approached me and who connected with the brand. So the first option that comes in your mind, that's in your in your consideration set, that's marketing, that's the marketing strategy playing in the background. But then selling that, I'm going to the shop and I'm seeing, oh, 50% off, that's selling it. Or if I'm going, bhaiya, which is the best, and him selling it to me. We have three options kept now, and me telling you go for Oreo. That's me selling it to you by using those marketing strategies. Marketing and sales are in go hand in hand, but marketing are basically strategies, presenting ads, or just a jingle sound or a logo that is there in Starbucks. Why are people going for Starbucks? Do we really like Starbucks? The coffee, it's overpriced. um it's a bit, I don't like it personally, but it's overpriced a bit. But still, because of that logo, that's the marketing strategy. You sitting in a Starbucks will give you a very surrounded atmosphere, but that's the marketing strategy. Selling point of it is a different strategy. So they're interrelated, but they go hand in hand. Okay, Abhiraj. Samsung,
Uh,
yes.
Personally, I think people go to Starbucks for, Instagram and Snapchat purposes. Nothing much.
Exactly, that's the
That's
marketing. Like
so
they're
they just want
pitching.
to click a picture with their name
Yes,
on it and just send it to their peers and friends.
exactly. You'll see people getting their laptop and phone, and even though they're doing nothing, absolutely nothing, but they're just there sitting, getting the vibe. That's how Starbucks actually marketed itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Kushant, you can speak.
Actually, Starbucks don't celebrate, they sell emotions. That's why people attract them, and most of them goes there. They
Hmm.
establish a brand itself.
Hmm.
Because there's a lot of companies, but they don't compete because they are already built a brand and they love. The people love to go there. And there is a promo creator. Ah, yeah, I am go to Starbucks. Yeah, see the photos. It's a promo
Hmm.
creator. That's why it is so successful. Yeah.
Exactly. Anything else? Or should we move forward with the simulation plan? Okay, I think let's just go forward. So I think I have received certain answers in the chat box that, oh, it's Samsung, yes. So uh, it's Samsung, it's an electronics company. So it's on Samsung. So are you ready for it? I can have a thumbs up. Till then, I'll just share my screen. Amazing. I think it's not visible. It's okay. Let's try. I hope my screen's visible. Okay.
Yes, Tanvi.
So you are the sales head of Samsung, and you have been appointed to grow Samsung's business in India in the premium smartphone category, that is 40,000 and above. So you have to imagine yourself as the sales head. So your team conducted on the ground research to understand Samsung's market share in the premium smartphone category. And this is for your reference. So Apple has 25%, Samsung has 38%, OnePlus 15%, Oppo 10%, and others 12%. So upon analysis of the data, who do you think is Samsung's biggest competitor in the premium smartphone industry? A poll is live. You can just answer on the poll and then select the most answered option. We have 4 votes, 5. Everybody, I think everybody should vote. Okay. Nobody thinks it's OnePlus, Oppo, or others. Okay, let's just go with option number 3. That's Apple. Correct. So as the data suggests, Apple holds 25% of the user market share, second largest after Samsung. So thus, it is the biggest competitor of Samsung in the premium smartphone category. So considering that you want to increase Samsung's market share in the objective premium smartphone category, what should be your primary objective? Poll must be live. Understanding why 25% of premium smartphone users are using iPhone. Understanding why 38% of premium smartphone users are using Samsung. Understanding why only 10% of premium smartphone users are using Oppo. And understanding why 12% of premium smartphone users are not using Samsung. Okay. Some people are going for option number 4, some are going for option number 1. Okay, let's just go with option number 1 then. That's correct. So understand why 25% of premium smartphone users are using iPhone. That's the biggest competitor, right? So to increase Samsung's market share in the premium smartphone category, your primary objective should be to find a reason behind why people are using your biggest competitor's phone over yours. Okay. So you asked your team to find out why 25% of the users are using iPhone. Now, your team surveyed 1,000 iPhone users and found various reasons for using iPhone. So you have a proper survey that happens on a market ground level basis. Okay, so here are the results. So iPhone is a premium brand. iPhone celebrities use it. Camera quality is nice. iCloud messages are there. High quality videos. Seamless iOS software experience. Longevity of the device. iPhone's voice assistant Siri, and better calling and video recording. So these are the market scanning that they asked customers. So as seen in the pie chart, what are the most important reasons for using iPhone? Premium brand, camera quality, a high quality display, seamless iOS experience, or or the fourth option. Okay, people are confused. I like it. Everybody's voting for all the options. Are option number 1, 2, 3, 4. But okay, the most voted is option number 3. Let's go with it then. And that's correct. Okay, so high quality display, seamless iOS experience, and camera quality. So as the service suggests, 50% of the iPhone users use it because of high camera quality, and 20% for seamless iOS experience, and 25% for camera quality. Thus, these are the 3 most important reasons as quoted by iPhone users. Based on your research, what changes would you ask your product team to make to the phone so that iPhone users prefer your product more? Work on providing better software, or providing better camera, or quality, or all of the above. Okay, let's go with option number 4 then. 75% of the votes, and that's correct. So all these changes would help in attracting more iPhone users to Samsung, as they aim to improve top 3 features of iPhone. So does your product team should incorporate all of them into the new phone. So the product team incorporated all the changes you suggested and came up with an amazing new phone. This is Galaxy C2 Ultra Light. So now that you have a great product, it's important to make sure people know about it. Sales. So you have to make a TV ad for the product. What would be the feature that you would like to highlight in the ad? Camera quality and voice assistance, premium brand, high quality display, better messaging, camera quality, high quality display, and better operating system, or device longevity, camera quality, and celebrities using it. It's a tricky question. Okay, 8 have voted. Okay, now let's go with option number 3, 67%, and that's correct. So why option number 3? The reason why the majority of iPhone users are inclined towards iPhone are camera quality, high quality display, and better operating system. Therefore, to make them switch to Samsung, you need to highlight the core features. Okay, congratulations, you release your new ad. Your new ad is trending, and people are excited to buy a product. So you asked your team to find out the best place to sell your product to compete with iPhones. And here are the results. Just go through it once. 24% online sales, for 24% sales through Chroma stores, 5% through Vishal stores, and 47% through Apple stores. So considering that you have a limited number of phones in the range, how would you distribute your sales if you want to compete with Apple? Sell all your phones through Apple Store. Sell 50% phones on Apple and 50% through online. Sell 50% of phones through Chroma and 50% through online portals. Or sell 50% of phones through Vishal and 50% through online portals. Do we have the link live? Okay. People are confused between option number 2 and 3. Again, a very tricky question. Okay, I think let's go with option number 3. That's 45%. Sell 50, and that's correct. So sell 50% of your products, phones through Chroma and 50% through online portals. Why? Because we cannot sell our phones at Apple Store. Apple stores are only for Apple products. So that was the tricky question. So the best approach would be to divide your sales over the next two channels where Apple sales are maximum: Chroma and online portals. So Chroma is ready to sell your new phone. Now Apple is giving a 10% commission to Chroma as it already has a huge loyal customer base. Considering you already give a 20% commission to Chroma, more than Apple, and are still unable to sell your phone, how will you change your commission structure? So give the same commission as Apple, or give uh, the same commission as you were giving earlier, increase the commission, or decrease the commission by 10%. See, you commission, if you're giving commission, you're giving profit and or revenue to Chroma. That will decrease your profits. So think accordingly. Okay, 80% are going with option number 3, 10 with option number 1. Great participation. Okay, I think let's then go with option number 3, that is 86%. And that's right. So increase the commission significantly for aggressive push by Chroma. So our primary objective is to increase Samsung sales, right? And to compete with Apple. So we should increase the commission significantly so that Chroma executives make extra efforts to sell your product over Apple. They will, if you'll say, Bhaiya, can you show me your phone? They'll be like, they'll show you Samsung and then Apple. So that's how you will increase your sales. So wonderful. The Chroma sales have been managed well. Flipkart has maximum sales in the premium phone category. Thus, you need to focus on your marketing at the Flipkart portal if you want to compete with Apple. So just go through this once. Online sales 24, same 24 through Chroma, 5 through Vishal, and 47 through Apple. The same pie chart. So Apple is showing up first thing on the banner on Flipkart when you want to search for premium phones. What would you do now? So when you search for phones, Apple is the first brand that's coming up. So start your web portal and take over Flipkart. Pay for removing the Apple banner from Flipkart. Pay for the marketing of your new phone on Flipkart, or put a banner of your product on Amazon. Okay, option number 3 and 4 people are being okay. 85% for option number 3. Should we go? Okay, let's just select that. That's right. So pay for the marketing of your new phone on Flipkart. So paying for the marketing for your new phone is the best option, because you'll be starting your online store to compete with Flipkart, and that is a quite tedious process, and you will take a lot of time and effort, and to be honest may not lead to any results. Then you cannot pay to remove someone else's product. That's moreover bidding. So even if you could, it doesn't help in promoting yourself. Putting a banner of your product on Amazon wouldn't help either, as maximum sales smartphones are happening on Flipkart. So thus, to advertise more about your product, you should pay for a phone's banner on the portal. Congrats! You were able to get 20% of Apple users, but you need to make sure that your current users don't switch. So every year, 10% of the Samsung users switch to other phones because of the reason mentioned in the pie chart. So what would you do to stop them from switching? Because of low updates, lack of service centers, phone crashes easily, non replacement of damage, heating issues, lack of compatible earphones. These are the reasons why. So options are there. Open more service centers, offer replacement, update hardware, or all of the above. Okay. 100% votes are going for option number 4. So I think we should just go with it. So all of these changes are required to prevent customers from making the switch to other brands, because you need to have loyal customers as well. So congratulations, you have done great. In the last year, Samsung's market share has increased by 10 to 48%. Now you can see the new pie chart. So well done, you surely are a great sales head. So great simulation, all the answers were right. That's amazing. Do you like the simulation? I can't see anybody.
Hi, Tanvi. All good?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, how was the simulation, guys? Was it nice? Did you like it? This is just an insight as to if you work in sales. This is what you will be discussing all day: how to increase sales, how to get revenue, how to make customers still choose your brand even after, you know, there are so many competitors. Okay, so just a second.
Hi, Tanvi. I would just need 2 minutes. Just
That's
allow me
okay.
2-3 minutes. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. So till then the guest rejoins, we can have a small conversation. Any insight that you took from the simulation as well as from the slideshows that happened? Anything you would like to share? Anything that you did not know about it, but then after going through it, you were able to figure it out? How MACD uses its strategy, how Sephora uses its strategy. Anything? Any other example? Okay.
There is basically the term spare, which I don't know. I have heard lots of friends that is actually a very helpful, and some of the strategies I have written down that is good for more sales that will help in near future.
Exactly. Okay. Anybody else who would like to add on to it? Anything? Okay. Um, I think the most important thing about being in sales is just understanding your customer. I think once you clear that, once you know who are your dream clients, I think you'll be very good at sales. And I feel like that I received like a lot of doubts when people like, oh, I'm good at selling, but I'm not good at communicating, and that's a drawback. If you're not able to communicate it to the customers, this is what I'm selling, this is what my idea. Now a lot of people are going on story branding themselves. So there are a lot of even I have a brand, it's a cloud kitchen, and I'm portraying itself because I work with my mom there. So I'm just portraying the story of, oh, it's a mother daughter duo, and we started when I was in grade 10th. And so like when you tell customers a story, they kind of resonate more with your brand. So content creation, you have seen these series of, this is day one of starting a new business and I'm confused, and then from day one to day 365 they have an entire series. So that's just story building aspect of it. Have you watched these reels, anybody? Or anybody has a business, anything? And what sales strategies you use, or are planning to have a business, and what sales strategy would you use?
I think Tanvi, till the time Ayush is coming back, we can also have like a small ice-breaking activity with our participants. But for that, I would want everyone to switch on their videos. I can only see Tanvi right now, and I meet Tanvi every day on campus. So I'm sorry, Tanvi, but I don't want to see your face. Thank you, Abhiraj. Thank you, Anshika. Waiting for others. Thank you, Kushant. These are the only three faces that I saw in the entire meet today. I want to see more people. Yuthika, you were the one who wrote in the feedback form that most of the students don't switch on their videos, right?
Yeah, I was about to.
Yeah, I read your response and that's why I'm pushing everyone to do it more. Great. All right. So a question for everyone till the time Ayush is coming back. Whenever he's back, we'll start a segment. Look around in your room. Think about any one thing that you would like to sell and how would you convince us to buy that? Oh, I can see Ayush is here.
Hey, hi. I'm so sorry, guys. I got a bit late because today is month end, and being a sales guy, last day of the month is always very important.
No worries. I think we can continue with this later. Let's just start with Ayush's segment. Tanvi, over to you.
Okay, welcome Ayush.
Thank you.
As someone who has been the sales guy, it's a great pleasure to have you here. So before
Thank
I
you.
introduce you to everybody, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you. So Ayush is an alum of Stanford University. He's ex-AVP Business Development at Alum, ex-head of sales at Freshworks, ex-senior sales development representative at Zoho, and he has over 10 plus years of experience in sales development, strategic partnership, contract negotiations, and leadership in both B2B and B2C. It's a pleasure to have you, sir, here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I hope everyone is having a great time. And it's a quite interactive session. So I would surely want to have an interactive session so anyone can come up and have their question and answer. Though we don't have a lot of time and I've wasted the first 5 minutes here. So I'm
That's
extremely
okay.
sorry for that.
It's okay. Okay, so we have certain questions planned. We have planned some questions. And if anybody wants to ask questions, you can just raise your hand and I'll just entertain you in between. Or we can do it in the end as well. Anything.
Right.
Okay, so what does it mean to work in sales? I mean, I want to know what is it? What is it like? How is it like? And can you explain using an example as well?
See, I'll tell you one honest answer here. So, working in sales means um, being the bridge between the customers and the clients and the company solutions. It's not about selling a product. It's majorly about delivering values and delivering customized solutions and building that trust between your client and the company. So this is all about sales. So this is something which is very important. And to give you more context about it, so I'll give you one example. So with WellUp, the company where I'm working right now, with WellUp by SaveIN, so we are majorly into healthcare fintech company. So
Yeah.
we once partnered with a logistic firm struggling with employee retention.
Okay.
Okay. So we pitched our wellness credit platform as a differentiator in their benefit packages. And within 6 months of implementation, just mark my words, within 6 months of implementation, their attrition rate dropped by 18%. And that's the power of consultative selling to solve. So you just need to solve the problem. Don't sell anything. Just solve the problem. So just identify the problem and solve it. That's all. This is all about sales.
Okay, yes, it's actually about selling the problem. We also here at college are just figuring out problems. Do you have any problem in your life? Is there something that needs to be fixed? And then you later on go to the product and then sell.
Right, right. And see, there are things I'll tell you. There are a couple of segments in sales as well. Like you can go ahead for B2C, D2C, then B2B, and enterprise. There are multiple segments. So you need to identify your strength in which segment you are good at. Either you can be good at just communicating with B2C clients, like when you are directly in interacting with the client, and at sometimes you are good with communicating with vendors, then you can go ahead with B2 or D2C. At some point you're good with communicating with businesses where you are selling value over there. At times you are good with communicating with enterprise clients where the deal starts with at least 10 crores. So you need to understand, you need to identify what is your strength, what all are your strengths. So that is very important to understand.
Because obviously there are different strategies to talk to your audience.
Right, absolutely. There are multiple strategies which needs to be catered at different segment of sales.
Yes. So Kushwant, I think, has raised his hand. Let me just unmute him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Kushwan. How are you doing, buddy?
Sir, I'm doing great, sir. Sir, I have a question that what is the best books for the sales?
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm not able to hear you properly, Kushwan.
I'm saying that what is the best books to learn about the sales thoroughly?
See, there are multiple books. When you talk about books, there are multiple books which you can probably go ahead for. There are multiple strategies like spend selling, sword analysis. There are a lot of strategies which you can build around, right? Okay, but I would recommend majorly you need to go ahead and identify, first of all, identify the uh, your courses online rather than going ahead and a typical bookish knowledge, because nowadays whatever we are reading or whatever we are doing, that is not that much impactful. Okay, because if you'll go ahead and watch these videos, you can find videos on HubSpot or all these platforms. So they are easily available on all the platforms. So you can go ahead and try these courses by HubSpot, like sales training for high performance and the art of selling. I think it is available on Coursera.
Hmm.
B2B selling, that is available on LinkedIn. So you can read about these and get more understanding about sales. And apart from that, nowadays sales has evolved drastically. Okay, now apart from sales, you need to understand about analytics. You need to understand about AI. Like, even you need to know how to give prompt to Chat GPT as well. Okay, so that is very important. So you need to understand how to, function with a CRM system, how to function with Apollo lead generation management system,
Hmm.
and a lot of other. So again, Notion is also one of the AI tool which you need to go ahead with that. So these all are the platforms which I think is good for you. Apart from going ahead with a particular book, so I don't go by the traditional way of education. I go by the practical way of education. So that's my approach is Kushwan. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. So we also had this sell the unsellable in our college. So I'm from the marketing team. I'm a
Okay.
co-marketer. So we organize a sell the unsellable and we give them random products, Wix and Nescafe. So you have to make a product and sell it. So I think it's
Right.
about the practical learning and actually using
Right,
strategies
right,
to make it.
right. That is very important. I mean, practical knowledge is very important nowadays. And see, uh, I what I see in next coming 10 years or 15 years down the line, all these formal schools and these colleges. I mean, these all will have a practical knowledge base. These all will have a practical education base and education system going further. So I think it's still, I mean, it's always to start early, right, to grab the right opportunity.
Yes. Kushwant, you would like to say something as well? Okay.
Actually, there are one more question that if I see somewhere like on the internet, like in stores videos, there is for a particular thing there is not a demand in the market, but they create a demand so tragically the users are wants to buy that product, especially like selling a pen. They like they don't have any demand there, but they create demand so like that you will have to buy that. And so, and what would the best practice or a process of selling a pen?
So I'll tell you, so I'll give you one example. So you are talking about one, so this was, I think, Leonardo DiCaprio was the one who invented this question, sell me this pen, right? If I'm not wrong. So to give you a context about what you were talking about, what you were talking. So we had telecom system like 5 years back, right? We had Vodafone, we had Idea, we had multiple other telecom providers. We never needed any other telecom provider, right? But that moment, Geo came in. Okay, no one wanted it, right? They gave it for free, and now everyone has ported to Geo. Now everyone is utilizing Geo. Either you go ahead with Geo's mobile phones, Geo Wi-Fi, Geo, even when they have disrupted the entire OTT market as well. So this is about creating demand. This is about creating your space in the market. Okay.
And sir, what was the best practice to selling the pen not to specific answer, but how to frame an answer for that?
How to so I'll tell you more about it, man. So no one is going to ask you this question that okay, sell me this pen. No one. But yeah, you will. I mean, when you are selling a pen or someone asks you this question, then just go ahead and give them like $100 or $50 and sell that pen to yourself, because they will always ask you to sell that pen to someone in the room, right? Sell it to yourself. You can be also a customer. That's the easiest way to do it.
If you can sell it to yourself, you can sell it to anyone.
Anyway,
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So my next question is, what are the skill sets required to excel in this field? And what are some transferable skills that sales teaches you as well?
So skill sets, I think communication, verbal and written communication is very important. These are the skill sets I feel are very, very important. Apart from that, a salesperson has to be very active listener. Okay. You need to listen till the time you'll not listen to the client, or till the time you'll not listen to your consumers. You'll not be able to solve that problem. So problem solving is also a skill. Emotional intelligence as well. So where to break that line? That is emotional intelligence. You need to know which area he is struggling and where to hammer, where it can be broken. Data analysis. You need to play with the data. You need to understand. So let's assume you have like a list of 10,000 leads. If you will not know which all leads I need to prioritize for this month, because you will not be able to, you know, talk to all these 10,000 leads in that one particular month. But you need to know how to identify those few leads which you want to work on this particular month. So for that, data analysis is very important. And apart from that, you asked about what transferable skills, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Right. So if I say transferable skills, then negotiation is one thing which is really a transferable skill, which you should definitely consider. Objection handling. So whenever someone asks you a question, it certainly means that the person is really interested in you. That's an opportunity. Okay. So it's not a conflict, it's an opportunity for you. So objection handling, be calm, composed. You don't shiver in front of them. So this is a very important thing. Resilience and grit, that is also very important. And stakeholder management. Stakeholder management as in whosoever are your management or your team leads or managers, or manage them and feed them with proper information. So these are the skills which are very important.
For you joining in, we actually discussed all these skills. So, I mean, it's like
Yeah,
we're on the same page. So, but one
right.
question. So, if out of all these skills, you have to teach your teams to one skill, so what
Active listening any day,
active listening?
any day, any day. If you're a if you're a great listener, not a good listener, if you're a great listener,
Hmm,
you'll probably end up selling that client. That's for sure. Mark my word.
that's a great insight. I'll just keep that a note. Okay. So, what does a day in the life of a sales manager look like?
See, this is more like a very cliche kind of a question.
Like, just personalize it. What does a day in life as you, as Ayush?
I, I mean, yeah, this is more like a very cliche kind of a question, but I'll probably try to answer this.
Hmm.
Uh, in my lifestyle, that is different, but yeah, that is, that doesn't come. I don't belong to that category when So I'll answer you. How does it look like to be a sales manager or a sales professional?
Yeah.
So you start with your day at 9. Always start early because in sales, time is money. So always start your day at 9. So between 9 to 10, you identify your pipeline and you review your deals. And like let's assume you have 8 to 10 or 10 to 12 active deals available in the quota. Then you can definitely go ahead and identify all these deals and plan accordingly your day. Then between 10 to 12, so for those 2 hours, you do prospecting and outreaching. So you do average, I believe, somewhere around 20-25 calls you make. And somewhere around 5 to 10 emails or 10-20 emails you do. So this is more like in those 2 hours you are doing, and somewhere around the next 2 hours, like I think 12 to 2, you are doing client demos or presentations or partnership conversations. So all these things are going. So just understand. So first thing what we did is like pipeline and deal reviews. And now the third thing we are doing the same thing, that the client demos and the prospecting. Right. So we identify in the morning, and within 6 hours we are sitting with a demo. So this is how you do your math. You'll have to do your math very accurately so that you can utilize every single minute of your day. And between, I think, 2 to 4, you can do your internal sync and product and marketing collaboration and whatever conversation you want to build with the internal team. And then 4 to 6, you do your follow ups, proposal calls, or CRM update you're doing. So this is I mean, I think I gave you a proper breakdown of the entire day of a sales manager normally, or a sales professional.
That looks like a bit of a hectic day.
This is not Tanvi, I'll tell you. If you are following all, I mean, these two are rule,
Hmm.
then it is not. Trust me, your life is going to be a cakewalk for sure. Okay. This is not going to be a very, see, although this is a very demanding role, sales is always a demanding because if you'll go to any company, sales is the only function that is an asset to the company. Apart from that, every other function is a liability because they don't bring money to the company. Right. So this is a very demanding and consuming role. But yeah, again, if you are doing your bare minimum as your KRAs on a daily, regular basis, then I don't even ask this question to any other person that what you've done yesterday.
Hmm.
Okay. Not it's never about only doing that work. It's also about reporting that work to your superior. So
Yeah.
that is also very important. So yeah, so this is it's not hectic that much. It is more like how you plan your day.
Hmm.
If you are planning it properly, then it is very easy.
Yeah, but it's also about loving your job. So if you love it, it's
Exactly. Till the time, and this is only the reason I always, suggest newcomers that okay, you should go ahead and do couple of internship before you make up your mind that which segment you want to get into. Either if you feel like you are good at sales, then go ahead do an internship for 8 weeks, and then make up your mind that you are good there or not. You enjoyed that work or not. Okay, or if you want to get into marketing or any other segment, so you can do that. Okay, this is a litmus test you can do.
that's why a lot of people are going towards startups, getting into
Right,
startup.
right, right. Absolutely right.
Okay, so what are the educational qualifications required to enter in this field?
So there is also being a sales guy, you don't have to have a specific kind of educational qualification. There is no strict rules to it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a bachelor's degree in business marketing is definitely considered an extra edge
Hmm.
over there. And if you particularly want to build your career into B2B and enterprise market, then an MBA degree is quite helpful. Okay.
Okay. And any certification, any other courses that you feel like is required?
See, certification, I would never suggest someone when they are starting their career. I would never suggest them
Hmm.
initially to go ahead with certification. But yeah, after like 6 months or 1 year of their experience,
Hmm.
definitely go ahead for a leadership program. Like Masters Union also has some kind of leadership program, if I'm not wrong,
Yes,
right? Go
yes.
ahead for. and there are multiple options are there in the market. So you should go ahead for all these programs, and because these are more like a weekend program, and you can, along with your job, you can do that. Because once you are done with your studies, full-time studies till your masters, then I would never suggest someone to okay, leave your job and do any kind of a full-time education or full-time study. So that is a waste of time. Because after, let's assume that you have invested for, let's assume that you want to go and right now you're an MBA and you feel that you're not doing really well. You are sitting at a package of 20 lakhs at this moment. Let's assume that
Mhm.
after I mean after certain period of time you feel like okay I mean I'm not doing really well in my career. I'm not getting promotion as it was required. So in that scenario, you can do possibly you can do a SWOT analysis, understand what is good you are doing, what all opportunities are available. So these all things you can do apart from just going ahead and leaving your job and doing an executive MBA from IIMs or any other place. Because no matter you do an MBA from IIMs, any of the IIMs, okay, no matter that you will be investing at least 1 year in preparation and then 2 years of that formal education, right? You will not be working for those 3 years, and right now you are sitting at 20 lakhs. In the next 3 years, if you will continue with your work, then you will be sitting at around 35 lakhs by that time. Okay, if you make a switch in between, and obviously you will also get a raise, annual raise as well. So in that scenario, if you get a placement as well from IIM, it won't be more than 30-35 lakhs. We have hired right now from IIM Ahmedabad on a package of 20 lakhs only. Okay. So you won't get more than 30 lakhs, right? So why are you wasting that time? You can earn that experience, right? So you should not always wait. I always feel if you want to study, study before you join any job. Complete your studies before that, and then after, if you want to do a certification, do an online course. See now, India has also moved, right? The way Western countries have moved, India has also moved ahead, right? The e-learning phase is going on. This era is very amazing. I mean, I think if I would have had that chance, then I would not have been to US. I would have been here only and doing my masters from here, from India only.
Hmm. Yeah, but I think it's not about you studying only, it's solely, and it's about
Right.
getting the experience, getting those skills.
Right, right. So that's what my point is, whole point is, right? So if you'll see my career graph as well, so only after my education, once my education got over, then only I started my job. And this is also one of the reason at the age of 32, I'm an AVP of a multinational company. Uh, because when I see other people who are my counterparts who are AVPs and VPs, they are in their 40s right now, early 40s or mid 40s right now. So I think I have invested a lot of time in my career, invested a lot of time as in by learning new skills, by updating my skills, by learning these tools. Like I have, you won't believe, I used to work like 40 hours a week, and apart from that, I was doing a full-time course on Power BI. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, we even, yeah.
and that is so I mean consuming. You will not get time because you are playing with the data. You need to make the dashboards and all these things are happening. So I did that. So I did multiple courses in during these 10-12 years. Okay, so and possibly by the God of grace and by I should pat myself as well that I did good and
Yeah.
then last 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we are being taught as well. So we also studied Power BI in our semester one. Tableau,
Right.
Power BI, Notion.
Right.
I think these tools are required because once you go there, nobody will ask you that what is the definition of sales. They'll ask
No
you.
one, no one. Right. Very important, very important. So tools are, I mean, nowadays, see, as I mentioned earlier as well, see, this has evolved completely. The sales definition of sales has evolved. Now you need to understand analytics. You need to understand how to analyze the entire data set. Okay, I mean, how effectively you can write emails. Probably you will be writing an email, but if you'll use an AI tool for that, just like you can use ChatGPT, and I think Gemini is also there, right?
Gemini, yeah.
Perplexity as well. So you can use all, and by that you can find, okay, you can fine tune your email writing skills as well, right?
Yeah.
So that creates an impression, and sales is always about creating an impression and creating a rapport. So
Mm.
that is very important. So first impression is very important in sales, right?
Yes. Okay, moving moving on, how do you think this role will evolve in the future? What does the career trajectory look like in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends. So sales has become more like a tech-driven kind of a role nowadays. Okay, so it has more like analytical skills. All these skills is very much required. Think about CRM automation, something around AI-led prospecting and data-backed decision making. So these all are things very important. And when you are asking about the trajectory, how I'm so sorry, not my bad throat. So if you're asking about the trajectory, how this role is going to be evolved. So let's assume you join a company as a sales executive. Then you probably can become a manager within 2 to 3 years. Okay. And if you're in a manager, then probably in 3 to 5 years, you can become a regional head. And if you're a regional head in 5 years, then probably in 5 to 8 years, you can become a VP or AVP. Now, okay, this is how it is. And
Yeah.
if you are a VP, then CXO or revenue head, you can become in what? I think next 10 to 12 years max. So this is the trajectory you should aim for. So
So you become more.
within 8 years, you
Yes.
can become a VP
Hmm.
of a company if you will follow this rule.
And do you think in the later future AI also might change the way sales is working right now?
Absolutely, AI is changing the way
Hmm.
sales is going to be. I mean, the way we used to do, we used to like, and when I started my career, I started as an SDR, where
Hmm.
I was making bloody 120 calls a day.
Hmm.
I was constantly over the phone. I was writing around 200 emails a day. But
Hmm.
now, through AI, we don't need to make that much amount of call because AI identifies all the leads.
Hmm.
AI gives us the prospect, the exact client who is looking. So if I'll give you one example of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So recently, I came across a tool for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's a Chrome extension.
Okay.
And by that, I exactly know that which all clients are exactly looking for my product right now. So I just identify them and I just approach them. And
Hmm.
that's how our conversion rate has significantly increased. Our conversion rate was somewhere around 10 to 12% earlier. Now it has reached to 25%. So
Wow.
that AI has changed it
Hmm.
completely.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm also experiencing it right now. That's the reason I always suggest to young ones that go ahead, man. I mean, always learn these AI tools. These are very important. Obviously, these AI tools will not control or overcome the sales function completely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if you know that these AI tools, you will always be there in the picture for sure.
I think a lot of people are scared that AI will take over our jobs. But I think
No, it won't. It won't. It won't.
I saw this on
And at least in India, it
yeah.
won't. Because we always like that, human touch. So in
Yeah.
India, it is not possible. Not at
Because I
all.
think it's more about giving the prompt and getting productivity
Right,
out of AI
right,
rather than just
right,
telling it the work.
right.
Okay, I think Shwant has
Kushwant has a question. How many people are there in this?
there are there were 2021 people.
Okay, no worries.
So
Yes,
my question
Kushwant.
is, yeah, I learned from somewhere from the YouTube that the person is saying in podcast that either you build or either you sell. Then only then you can become super rich, not in that of consultant or any other part. How much true it is?
See, probably that person can be right. It all depends on the person. It all depends what's your personality look like. Okay, Kushwant, I'll ask you a couple of questions. What do you want to do in the next 5 years? What will you answer? What will be your answer?
I would probably like to build my own startup
Okay,
and yeah. Good.
okay, got it. You want to build your own startup. Great. Okay, you have the idea? Have you
Yeah,
identified the
lots.
gap already?
Yeah, lots. There's
Have you
like
done the
for
market?
10,
Have you done the
yeah,
market research?
yeah.
Okay. And it's in which field, if I may ask you?
Sorry, can you
It's
take
in
it?
which field? Which industry it is going to be?
It one of it it's in AI.
AI. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah,
again, obviously working under someone will not make you rich. It can change your lifestyle, but it cannot make you rich. For sure. Obviously, being your own boss and building a business can always, it's always either you get everything, either you get nothing. So it's never a gray shade. Okay. So that is my recommendation always be that you start with a job, understand the market, how the sales function, how the other operation function, yeah, all other function works, and then after think about, because I mean I feel that you're pretty confident, and I'm sure the kind of business you were trying to build, most probably India has not seen it. I always, I mean, 2, 3 years back, I always used to feel that I had a business idea and I used to feel that, okay, this thing no one has seen and no one has thought of it, and nothing is there in India. When I'll be there and I'll make it big and I'll make a big name out of it. When I came here, then I saw Zepto is there, Blanket is there, Big Basket is there. There are n number of D2C players are there in the market. And I used to feel like, okay, I'll be making it big. So you'll have to identify. So not only, so my idea was different. I was into healthcare segment, which I wanted to sell into D2C. But yeah, again, these D2C brands for them, overpowering me will not be a difficult task, right? So that's what it is. So always prepare well before you get into something, before you commit something. Relationship में भी होता है यार. When you are in a relationship, so you know the person pretty well, right? And then after you get into that, okay, you will be able to handle this person for the rest of your life or for the time being you're there. And nowadays, your generation has moved a lot, man. There are a lot of things. What we guys say, situationship and or benching. Oh my God, it has evolved. See, the definition has also evolved a lot ways.
Hmm. Yeah. But
Okay.
I think you only get a stable relationship once you have the experience. You need to have the
Exactly.
experience.
Exactly. Experience is very important.
So I think that's also applicable in sales as well.
Right, right.
Okay.
Okay, Kushwant, I hope I answered your question.
thanks, sir.
Okay, so Ayush, tell us about an interesting problem you solved as the Associate VP President of Sales.
I think I answered this question before only. I'll tell you one more time.
Hmm.
So our lead conversion ratio was, I told you, less than 12%, right? And my approach was like, I was trying to identify which all are the gaps by which we can prioritize our client base.
Hmm.
Okay. Then I introduced a lead sourcing and prioritizing for the top 20% of the leads and implemented a demo day blitz for in this strategy. When I say demo day is like we made like couple of days of the week. That these days only the demo will happen, will not focus on any other thing.
Okay.
Why we were struggling at our lead conversion ratio? Because our funnel was very small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when we started doing this thing, this demo day, strategizing by that, within 2 quarters, now our conversion ratio has improved. And as I mentioned, our conversion ratio is somewhere around 20-25%. And and one important factor is that average deal cycle has also reduced from 90 days to 45 days in just 2 months. Okay. So I think the kind of strategies we make at the GTM, that
Yeah.
certainly works. Although people generally feel, I have seen people feeling and talking behind our backs that what they don't know nothing. They don't know anything. Okay, what they are doing, just making strategies in the AC cabins. They don't know what the exact thing is happening in the market, but they don't understand that we have also done this work, right, from the ground level, from
Yeah.
calling to talking to the investors. So everything we have done. So we know how it works and why we are making all these strategies. Obviously, adaptation in early stage is slightly difficult,
Mm.
but yeah, eventually once you'll adapt, that will be a cakewalk. It will be easier for you.
Okay. So, someone has asked a question. What kind of mini projects or part-time gigs can we do at young age to understand real world sales?
I'll tell you, I won't suggest you to go ahead for a freelancing opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't suggest that because I feel freelancing is something which makes you lazy. Okay. So when you're talking about gigs, I already told you that you identify a couple of companies and apply for internship over there.
Yeah.
Learn from them. Be a data scientist intern over there, or a sales intern over there, or a business analyst intern over there. So intern there. Do at least. I mean, if you so these guys are doing what 12th right now,
Yeah. 9 to 12 kids.
9 to 12 kids.
Mm.
Okay. So my suggestion will always be once you complete till the time till you are in 12,
Yes.
don't go for any internship in between. But
Mm.
yeah, soon after your 12, because just after your 12, you will have another 2 months
Mm.
and the result is not out. So go ahead and do an internship there.
Mm.
And that time, so start with content writing internship.
Okay.
And why I'm saying start with content writing internship, your writing skill will improve,
Right. Mm.
right? And then after, go ahead with again sales internship. Then after, your communication skill will improve.
Yes.
Then after, go ahead with data analytics internship. That's how your data analysis will also improve. And then after, go ahead with business analytics.
Mm.
That's how your business analytics skill will improve. So this is the phase, this is the steps you will take. And this is how you will identify which segment I want to work
So, if someone has zero experience
in.
in sales, so how can they get internships in sales?
So if someone has zero experience, so internship is all about getting the experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to know whom to approach.
Yeah.
And apart from that, you should know how to write impactful email and impactful paragraph.
Mm.
That is very important.
Mm.
So I'll tell you one story. So I think a couple of days back on my LinkedIn, I received an email. I normally I don't reply to these emails which I receive on LinkedIn. So just
Mm.
couple of days back, I received an email from a very young kid. He was like 9, 10 years of age of a coder.
Okay.
Okay, and we were looking for a product manager or a not a product manager. We were looking for someone who can do backend coding.
Okay.
Okay, so he wrote me an email
Mm.
and that proper and he told me all the steps what he have done, what he has achieved, and he quantified it. So whenever you are writing anything, so always quantify. So I don't know if you have gone through my LinkedIn profile or not. So I have written down my experience in quantification.
Yeah.
Okay, like okay, I have done this kind of a strategy, I made this kind of a strategy, and by that I have achieved this much amount of percent of sales or increase of sales or whatever it is. Okay,
Mm.
so I have always quantified, so he has also, well, I mean, quantified it, and now he's working with us as an intern.
Wow. A 9, 10 year old.
9, 10 year old kid.
That's amazing.
And this is a story of just Monday, last Monday.
Wow. Kids are growing way too fast. That's a good thing. Like to
That's
start
it.
your career at
Oh
9.
my god, and oh my god, the kind of and the kind of skill set he brings on the table, that is commendable. At the age of 9, I didn't know what a computer is. I didn't know that.
It's amazing. I think because of the generation, I think Education has its own pros and cons, but with all the
Absolutely.
technology coming in, if you use it rightly, you can do everything.
Right. Utilization of, see, you have all the resources available for free.
Hmm.
Okay,
Right.
in the market, every resource is free of cost available. You
Yes.
just need to know how to utilize it for your own good. Right. So let's assume you are using ChatGPT. If you don't know what kind of a prompt you need to give there,
Yeah.
then you'll not get the exact desired amount of result.
Hmm.
Right. So everything is very important. It's correlated to what your thought process is, how
Yeah.
wide you can think. Okay.
So I think prompt engineering is also very
Very, very important. And prompt engineering for every role. I
yeah.
mean, no matter you are in sales or operations or any other role you are in, doesn't matter.
Hmm.
That is very important.
So what is one thing you like about this field and one thing that you dislike about this field?
Oh my God. So it's more like a very rewarding kind of role, performance-based role. You can say that. Meritocracy rules, like if you are putting X amount of input,
Hmm.
then you will be getting a 2x amount of result out there. So
Hmm.
it's more like you can 10x your growth based on your outcomes, based on your in what kind of efforts you're putting in.
Hmm.
Uh, and dislike the emotional volatility. That is something. High highs and low lows can take a toll if not managed well. So yeah.
So anybody would like to ask any questions? I might stop here. You, if you want to ask any questions, you can just raise your hand. Anyone?
Why can't we have a session where I can also see everyone? It looks like I'm talking to just a wall and just me. That's all.
You can turn on your cameras, Abhiraj, Anshika. It's gonna be more interactive, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be more interactive. It's gonna be fun. I'm not that serious, guys.
Avni, Darsh, Kushant, you can just turn on your cameras. We won't take screenshots, I promise. Just turn on your cameras. Okay, good participation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll just ask. I have a lot of questions.
Go ahead, Tanvi. No problem.
So, can you bust one myth about sales for our participants today? Any myth that you have heard?
But as I mentioned earlier as well, so that is a great myth. Sales is about being pushy or extroverted. It's a myth. It's a myth. I know some of the best salesperson.
Hmm.
They are analytical introverts.
Hmm.
So sales is about listening and solving, not talking more.
Hmm.
So you don't get pushy, you don't get extroverted. This will not lead anywhere. So just imagine if you are getting a call from a bank and the guy is very being pushy and he's giving you a credit card. You
Yeah,
feel like, what is he doing? Why are you doing that? And I cannot take that call.
we'll
Okay,
just block him.
right. You just block him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I have one more question from the audience. It's like, if you had to hire a high schooler as a sales intern, what traits would you look for?
What traits?
Yeah.
One thing, you should be a great listener. Second one is the communication skill.
Mm-hmm.
And third one is how much pressure he can handle.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
That's all.
So, how can a students figure out if sales is the right career choice for them?
I already told you, do a litmus test. Go
Hmm.
ahead and do some kind of internship, like 8 weeks of internship.
Hmm.
And that's the fastest way to find out. Okay. Do an internship with a startup. Don't go ahead for a well structured firm. go ahead with a startup. That's how you will be able to wear multiple hats at one time. I mean, talking about multiple hats, as in you will be able to work for multiple functions at one time, being in sales as well. So cross function collaboration will also help you out in understanding your role in sales.
So I think people have started their career very early, like our generation, this generation. So they have a lot of time to figure out as to what they need to do. I think they
No,
should utilize their
no,
time to figure out what
no,
they want to
you
do.
don't have time. If you think that you guys have time, because see, there are, I think, million of other kids are also thinking the same way you guys
Yeah.
are thinking, right? So if you think the competition is not there, there will be always. And if
Mm.
you think that you have started early, then you will have an advantage. See, early mover advantage will always be there. But
Yes.
yeah, how consistent you can be,
Mm.
that is more. Consistency is the key.
Yeah.
These old school thing will always remain the same. I'm sure you must have heard your parents speaking about it. Right?
Yeah.
So it's not about achieving anything. It's always about being. So it's never about being coming top of in a class or
Mm.
achieving something. It's always about being staying there. How long you can sustain there. How long you can sustain that position. So that is important.
Okay. So we have two hands raised. I'll just
Yeah, hi sir. My name is
Hi,
Pranav.
Pranav.
Um,
Yes, Pranav.
yeah, so I'm a like high schooler. I'm in 12th. Currently staying in Bangalore.
Okay.
And like my dad owns a business and it's a appliance store. So sales is always like he something he's strong in. So I keep observing how he like speaks to customers and everything. And the
He
way
must be good with people management.
yeah.
Must be really good with people management. Since how long he is doing that business, Pranav?
So we currently moved back from the United States like about 3 years ago. So he started after retiring from IT, he started his appliance store. Um,
Okay, great.
yeah, I think he's always been in some kind of sales thing, so this was kind of like a natural to him.
Mm-hmm.
But something I notice in him, and sometimes I notice in other businesses, are sometimes they sell products which they truly don't like believe in or something, like which they don't, really want to sell, but they are selling it no matter what. So how do
Right.
people, or how are you supposed to overcome that without, having your heart in that product or having your true passion in it without actually like, showcasing it while selling it? Is it possible, or is it
It
something?
is absolutely possible. It is absolutely possible. You can go ahead and ask those employees of Byju's. So yeah, it is certainly possible, right? Um, because see, I'll tell you, it's never about believing in the product. Never about that. It's always about identifying the challenges. So sales is always about if you love challenges, then get into sales. Okay. And if it's more like, see, when I say that challenges certainly means that you go ahead and identify that, okay, see, I don't like this product. Okay, let's assume that I don't like this mobile phone. But I know this particular person needs it for a very, I mean, possibly he has that kind of a usage which he is not able to understand. Okay, you know that your liking, disliking about a product, about your own product doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, what matters is that what solution you are giving to your client. If you are giving that solution to the right client, then it always gives you a kick. So whenever you close a deal, it gives you a kick,
Hmm.
and that is very important in sales.
Okay. But I mean, nevertheless, like, I mean, if you don't really believe in the product you're selling, doesn't that kind of
No,
contradict the sale you're trying
no,
to make? I mean,
no, no, no.
okay.
Why I'm saying that you will not understand it right now, Pranav, because you're very young at this point. You have not worked. You don't know the corporate world, so you don't know that. Okay, I know people who don't love their job, who don't love their not the job, who don't love their product, but still they're a great salesman. they're selling it. Okay. Why they are selling it? It's not only about because of the money, it's also because they know how to sell it. They know how to, and it always feels good when you sell something.
Right.
It is about feeling good. I always say this to one of my junior. So whenever he doesn't get sale in any day or any week, then he starts getting so desperate and so depressed and so aggressive. So I always say that you have a psychological problem. So you're more like Dracula or something who, whenever you will not taste that blood, you will not feel good. So whenever you will not get that sales, you'll not feel good. So sales is always about that.
Okay. Thank you.
Kushwant, I've unmuted.
Yeah. So as I said, what would the worst things in sales that the sellers do in an open market? Like we go to an buying clothes from the open market. What would the worst things they can do, and what they don't want to do to increase their sales and retain a customer base?
I'm so sorry, Kushwant. I didn't understand your question. Can you
Uh,
please?
like
Yeah.
like if we go to an open market buying some clothes or any stuff, what would the like and shopkeepers do
Yes.
while giving product to customers while they're doing our sales, that the worst mistake that
Kushwant, I'm so sorry.
doesn't
I'm
take it.
really finding it difficult listening to you. I'm so.
Kushwant, it's okay. You can type in the chat box or try removing your headphones. So I think it's because it's a Bluetooth.
Uh,
Till then, anybody who wants to ask any question? Okay. What was the one decision in your career that changed everything for you in sales?
one decision, not one decision, I would think. I would say that has changed my career entirely.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, my one decision I would say which changed my life, that was going to Stanford, because that was the time when me and my family was also struggling financially.
Hmm.
So it was a very difficult decision to take to
Hmm.
go to Stanford. Unfortunately, I got scholarship over there, so that was, yeah, that was the one decision which really changed my life. And apart from that, see, sales is always about making mistakes.
Hmm.
So I've learned from my mistakes.
Hmm.
So whatever mistakes I've done, so I've learned from there. So that has been a great learning path till now. Still, I'm not shying away from making mistakes. I can make mistakes. I can probably do something wrong, which is not, because I'm not God. I cannot, I don't know everything, right?
Yeah.
Possibly I can be wrong somewhere. But yeah,
Hmm.
I learn from there and I don't repeat the same mistake. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
Yeah. It's better to learn for your mistakes and use it and be better.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So we have Kushwant. Do you want to try now?
Kushwant has
Okay.
typed something.
So, what would be the worst thing that offline shopkeepers do while selling stuff to customers that can degrade the value and customer retention rate?
They try to be too pushy.
Hmm.
And so let's assume you go to an offline store. They'll
Hmm.
probably ask you that if you're looking for a shirt, they'll probably ask you that what kind of a shirt you are looking for. You'll tell them that I'm looking for a linen and they are going to judge you from your attire. Let's assume you are wearing a normal kind of attire, then probably they'll be giving you an offer of around, they'll be showing you some clothes of around 2000 to 3000 rupees or somewhere around that. Okay. Although you have really deep pockets, they don't know.
Hmm.
That's the opportunity lost. I understood. I found that value in it. Okay. I could have bought for 10,000 shirt as well. But I found a value in 2000 shirt only, so I bought it. Okay. And at some points they become too pushy. Like, okay, sir, you buy it, buy it, buy it. So that is one thing they should also, and they should not never judge a book by its cover, for sure. Never judge a book by its cover. Never judge a person by their attire or how they speak.
Hmm.
I know a number of people who speak who don't know even how to speak Hindi well,
Hmm.
but they are billionaires. I know that.
Okay, we have one more question. Is it better to work in companies or startups?
Okay, start your career. I mean, when you are, so there are phases. So always, if you want to do internship,
Hmm.
then start with a startup.
Hmm.
Okay, because there the learning opportunity will be quite good.
Hmm.
And then when you are going to start a full-time job,
Yeah.
then go ahead and start your career with a established or a larger enterprise. Why I'm saying that? Because then after what it will do, initially you became jack of all. Okay. And now when you will start working with an enterprise or a larger company,
Yeah.
then there you will become a master of one. That is also very important.
Exactly.
Okay. And then eventually after like 5, 10 years, you can move into the startup ecosystem.
It's better to
Okay,
get
bye.
experience, go to a big firm, and then you can also start something of your own after that.
Exactly, exactly. Because you understand the entire ecosystem,
Right.
how it works.
So, does anybody have any other doubts? Any questions that you would ask them? We are about to wrap up. Anything? Okay, I think with that, thank you so much, Ayush, for taking the time
Thank you,
to be with us today.
thank you, Tanvi. Thank
Yeah,
you, Tanvi.
your insights, especially the real life examples, the 9-year-old kid who, it actually made me rethink my life. So, and I'm sure our students who are here today, they're walking away with something very significant, very special, and a clear picture as to what a sales field look like in real life. So, thank you so much. And I hope I see you soon again for more
Absolutely,
podcast.
absolutely, absolutely, Tanvi. I would love to rejoin and have this. And the next time when I'll be here, I would want a more interactive session. So that
Yes,
is going to really, I mean, that is going to be fun for sure.
I know.
O-
We'll try
Okay,
our best.
guys, no problem. Okay, guys, it was really lovely meeting you. Have a great day ahead and all the very best. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Ayush. And with that, we come to the end of our session today. And don't forget to fill out the career fit form. And it's in the link, it's in the chat box. And we'll see you again with some amazing career exploration. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep selling your story. Thank you, everyone. Signing off.